Hello guys, Bob here. Today I want to talk about the R-28F Klipsch floor standing speaker. First I want to give you a few of my thoughts about it and tell you my background with this speaker, and then I'm going to kind of compare the R-28Fs to the RP-280F that I reviewed last week. And if you have not watched that video yet, I recommend doing so before I get to the comparison. As you can tell by looking at them, the front design is a little bit different. The screen on these is held on by pegs instead of magnetized like it is on the 280Fs. So I bought these Klipsch speakers at a Best Buy was having a Black Friday sale, and I paid half price for them. And originally they served as my surround left and right, not my backs, but just my left and right in my main theater setup. But once I acquired the bipole side surround speakers, these got moved into another setup that I actually have in my living room, and I run a Laserdisc player, VHS, record, that kind of thing, CD player. I've got my basically another stereo hooked up to it that's also hooked up to the TV. But these you can buy wire, buy amp, do all the same stuff you can with the other one. They're very similar, other than the cosmetic things that I pointed out. Just to compare the two, the RP-280F is a little wider, taller, and deeper, and the RP-280F weighs about 6 pounds more than these guys do. Both speakers have a 150 watt continuous rating and a 600 watt peak rating. Both are 8 ohm compatible. Both have one tweeter and 2 woofers. They're both 8-inch woofers on both speakers. Minimum frequency response 35 hertz on the R28F and 32 hertz on the RP280F, and the max has 24 kilohertz versus 25 kilohertz. They're very similar, just a few slight differences on there. The big thing I notice after having my if I were to play so this comparison, I basically would play something in the same 2 channels in both sets of speakers, or the same signal in 2 sets of speakers, not at the same time, but just to compare, because this following comments isn't based on how I had it originally in my setup. This is my observations after having the RP280Fs and moving hooked up as the front, left, and right, and then the regular bipole surrounds in there. Then these moved into the other room to be the front, left, and right in my other setup. If you were to play the same sequence, whether the same song, the same part of a movie, the same whatever, the one difference I note is that the R28Fs, they're a little harsher on some of the higher pitches. They're not bad, but it is noticeable. Like I said earlier, I preferred the RP280Fs. They don't quite get that harsh on there. And they'll still get a little harsh, but not like these do. And it's still not bad, but either one of them is a solid speaker. If someone came and asked me to recommend a good solid speaker for them, floor standing speaker, and they wanted something in this power range, I would not hesitate to recommend either one of them. Either one will give you good sound, good quality sound. Neither have the woofers on them. They're serviceable, but they're not great. If you want good quality bass at this size level, you definitely need a subwoofer. but that would be true whichever one. The one thing the R-28F has working in its favor is it is a lot cheaper. And again, I realize that these are not the current models. These are a series old, but they're what I've got. So I'm just comparing these. I would not have a problem recommending either one of these. If you're on more of a budget, the R-28Fs work great. If you're have a little more money to spend, go for the RP-280F. They're both excellent speakers. They're both high quality speakers. They both have incredible sound. They're both very efficient. I can't. I don't know your situation. If you have the money, get the 280F. They're a little better. But there's certainly nothing wrong with the 28Fs, just the reference, not the reference Premier. The 28Fs, they sound great also. Like I said in the other review, I wouldn't mind hearing what the RF-73s sound like, but unfortunately nowhere around where I live ever has them in stock to demo them. So if I ever find out what they listen to, or unfortunately, where I live, the RF-73s are never kept in stock anywhere. So if I ever get to hear what they sound like, it's going to be because I bought them. Unless, of course, Klipsch wants to donate a pair, but that's not going to happen with those ridiculous price points for a channel that has no more views than this has. But that's all I've got for this video. I just wanted to compare the two speakers. Again, they're very similar. The reference Premier RP-280F does sound a little better, and whether you think the price difference is justified, it's hard to say. Like I said in my other video, go listen, find a place that's got an electronics store that has them both, and demo them both. There is a noticeable difference. And but if you're on a budget, there is certainly nothing wrong with going after those speakers. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing to this channel. I try to have new content daily, but it doesn't always work that way, but that's my goal. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Just search for Bob the Film Guy. And for now, this is Bob, signing off.